Hi, I'm Chief Porcelli of the Grosse Ile Police Department, and today I'm with Officer John Ferguson of the Grosse Ile Police Department, who is our canine dog handler. Also with us today is Ray Krimian, who is our police dog trainer, and of course our canine officer, Jury. John, if you could explain some of the training that you had to go through with Jury and some of the day-to-day operations that you have with him.
I will. Thank you, Chief. As the Chief mentioned, my name is John Ferguson. I'm a patrolman here with Grosse Ile, been so for 17 years. Approximately 2.5 years ago, Chief Porcelli allowed us to obtain a canine. It benefits the Grosse Ile Police Department in a number of ways, in which we'll go ahead and expound upon in a few moments. A little bit about Jury here. He's a 3.5-year-old English Labrador. Jury's a single-purpose passive response dog. That means that he's only trained in the detection of narcotics, tainted money, and our controlled substances as we know them. Passive response meaning that he sits or lays at the source of these odors. He doesn't scratch or tear up things or bite things that are associated to these odors. So from the liability standpoint, the Grosse Ile Police Department choosing this dog as a passive response dog, we hope to deter the dog from obviously doing damage to vehicles or residences in our search patterns. The benefits of us being out there is that Grosse Ile receives stipends or funds from all of our seizures, and we're able to go ahead and then pay officers' salaries, buy new equipment, cars. So we benefit greatly from Chief Porcelli entering into this agreement with not only DEA but the United States Postal Service. It took approximately 6 months to train Jury once we got him from the Leadership Dog of the Blind. Ray Krimian from Razor Canine LLC, whom you'll meet here shortly, was instrumental in the training. He's a former retired canine officer from the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, and like I said, was instrumental in training not only Jury but myself in becoming a successful canine handler. The demonstration that you're going to go ahead and see here in a brief moments. Around me in a circle you see plain stainless steel cans. Inside those cans we have either controlled substance odors or controlled substances. We have distractor scents, or they could be just blank. The importance of this drill, this exercise, is that on a day-to-day basis, Jury not only smells or detects the odor of narcotics, but he also detects the odors that they're packaged within. Plastic, wrap-ins, motor oil, packing peanuts, cardboard boxes. We try to eliminate that. We obviously want to make sure or ensure that Jury's not alerting to these scents as in his normal course of duty of alerting to narcotics. So today you'll see Jury and I, once we begin this exercise, go around and he's going to place his nose inside the can and he's going to alert to those cans that only contain a controlled substance odor. As Jury and I prepare for our training exercise, we'll go ahead. I'd like to reintroduce Ray Krimian from Razor Canine LLC. He's going to go ahead and explain to you about the scenario we're about to display for you.
Hi, I'm Ray Krimian. I'm a professional dog trainer with Razor Canine LLC. I was the one who trained Jury. And we're going to show a demonstration here with these cans on how he is trained to alert to just a controlled substance odor and not other distractors that we have in these cans. So let me move out of the way here so you can get Jury working these cans. You'll see first that Officer Ferguson's putting on a specific collar that Jury wears when he's searching for controlled substance odor. You see right away when he has that collar on, he gets excited, he wants to go to work. He's looking for Officer Ferguson to give him the go-ahead. You'll see Jury will stick his nose in each can. And you'll see there he's alerting, he sits, that's a passive alert, telling Officer Ferguson that there's something in this can that he's trained to detect. The toy John has given him is a reward for finding it. The dogs are passive alert, but they work for a reward. So it's a hide and seek game. Once they find what they're looking for, they alert by sitting. And then Officer Ferguson delivers the reward. Then to continue on, he's got to get the reward back from jury who wants to hang on to it because it's his toy. And now he gets ready to go back to work again. And it's Officer Ferguson's job to direct him back into the cans. Good. Sticking his nose in each can. And now that he's alerted, Officer Ferguson's going to point to the next can to challenge to see if jury is on the right can. And as you see, jury is not leaving the can to tell us that he's right on the odor he's trained for. Very good. Nice job, Officer Ferguson. One of the qualities we look for in a police detector dog is a dog that has a high play drive, which means they want to go after a tennis ball, they want to chase it several times. We'll do a test to make sure they do that because we don't want a dog that just gives up on it after 2 or 3 times. Sometimes the ball or the toy that Officer Ferguson uses is the reward for when the dog is finding the controlled substance odor. So we want to make sure the dog has a very high play drive in the first place. Jury came from Leader Dog of the Blind as a career change dog because he had too high of a drive like that to be used for what he was going to be doing. We look for a dog that has those characteristics of high drive that we can use and train him in the field of detector work, like a narcotics detection dog. Now we're going to demonstrate how jury searches a vehicle, which he's often called upon to do in the course of his duties. Using a detector dog is terrific for this because he can sniff the vehicle without violating the 4th Amendment. You'll see Officer Ferguson puts on a special collar and leash, and then he directs the dog to search. The officer is the eyes of the operation, so to speak. He can look for areas where to direct the dog to search. You'll see he's pointing out, and everywhere he points to, jury ends up searching. And now you see the jury has alerted to a controlled substance odor. He's trying to pinpoint it. Once he pinpoints it, he sits. And then he's rewarded for it. Nice job.
Stay. For those of you interested, jury, when we go to work, jury rides in the back of this crate in the back of my vehicle. Obviously, safety is a concern for us, so we like to encase our merchandise, if you will, our dog, inside of a structure that's crash resistant. Jury goes home with me every night. At the end of the day, when Jury and I travel home, he travels in the back here. We get out, and at our house we have two additional dogs that he likes to buddy up with while at home. Jury he isn't caged. He sleeps next to my bed on a dog mat similar to this right here, and he's just a happy-go-lucky dog for the remainder of the day. Every morning, as soon as he hears my keys jingle, Jury immediately sits by the back door and whines. He loves coming to work. He loves, even though it may look cumbersome or unnatural, he loves to get in the back of this kennel and ride in this truck. Even if it's just a ride to the store, he sits at the back door and whines. In the event, obviously the bond between the canine, Jury, and I are great. We spend half, if not more, than our day together. If I were to retire, or if he were to become too old to be serviceable, then he would just transfer over to become a personal dog of mine.